All right, so I've got Levi here, who I am teaching how to one stick. We just did some practice runs on the telephone pole, went through gear, all that kind of stuff. He's doing it with a figure eight and this rope right here. He's got a wingman three-step aider. It is foamed on the inside already. He's going to throw some stealth strips on the tube and stuff like that later. Cam cleat, all of that good stuff. Gear tie. And then we're going to go do an actual practice climb right now where he is going to make a move up the tree for the first time. So far all he's done is gone up to the top of the platform just from pretty much ground height and practice rappelling with the figure eight and getting familiar with everything. And then he used all three steps on his aider, went up to the, essentially the first set, and then rappelled from there as well. So we're going to go over to the tree, do a full climb where he's going to actually make a move up, which would be like your early season setup where you're making either no moves or one move, and then kind of go from there and do a practice run that way. I'm just adjusting that real quick. And then, yeah, we're going to do that next. So what I would recommend is actually setting everything up on your pack like you're going into hunt. Okay. It's a great way to get familiarized with the whole process. Obviously we're not taking a bow up, we're not shooting today, but that's the next thing is when you're home and you're practicing, just take it up, set up a target 20-25 yards away, put it in like the harder positions, like the ones where you're gonna have to turn all the way around, stuff like that, because that's the way freaking deer operate, is they never come in the way you want them to. So where do you want this? Do you want this strapped to your pack?
I think it'll work if I put this in first and lay that down, and then I probably set it on top of it,
yeah.
Strap it all down.
I'll show you. Do you care if I show you how I used to do it?
Go ahead.
So two ways. One, you can do it this way, and you can put this here and wrap the ties around. Two, to help support the weight of the rope, is actually put this upside down.
That was how I had it, yeah.
Was it?
Just
Okay.
Like that. That was
all right, perfect. Sorry, I didn't even notice that. And then throw this in here, and then that way.
Did this rope go all the way down?
Did it? Okay, yeah, perfect. Yeah, that's all right. Sorry, I didn't realize that's how you had it when you first got here. Where'd you have that clipped? Okay, perfect. And then pull that, yeah. A little bit thicker with the rope on there too. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so if you get that just a little bit longer, or actually even, yeah, you might have to get a little bit longer, or pull the stick out of the bottom. If you get that just a little bit longer, you can leave those hooked and just loop that around. Yeah. All right, so sorry, I'm doing it for you. A-type personality problems. Perfect. Get that nice and tight. Now, even with that pack, that's the one I sent you, right?
Yes.
Okay. So even with that pack, if you get into like late season and you need to add gear, that's where having a longer rope will be nice too, because you can give you a little more room, because that pack actually does hold quite a bit. I hunted with that all last year. All right, perfect. And then, yeah, all right, let's go over to the tree. All right, so we are over at the tree here, the same tree I did my other video on, and he's going to start unpacking. Like I had him set up his pack just like he is getting ready to hunt. And for the record, he has actually never truly one stick hunted other than our practice out front. So this is a true like first run, which is why I wanted to do the video. Perfect. Just like my video, he is not pulling up a bow today. So the tail end of the rappel rope is just going to be sitting on the ground. But you know, we're not looking to do any shooting today. Yep, so get that up like as pretty much as high as you can reach. Perfect. Yeah, it always helps because that way you get as much out of the first move as possible. And pretty much as high as you can reach, it's gonna set that bottom aider up about as high as your foot can go anyways. Perfect. Throw that rope up on your platform, like just the tail end of it. Yeah, so you can reach it later. Having that little gear tie on there should actually help kind of hold it in there too. Should fit perfect. Yep, awesome. You can get that on your way up, yeah, that's not a huge deal. Man, the mosquitoes are always terrible back here. What's that? What was it? Oh, gotcha. Yeah, you're gonna need that. So if you end up like stealth stripping or camel wrapping that figure 8, yes. Just don't put any where the rope is going to go.
Okay. So just where
yeah, it melts it like real fast.
Yeah.
All right. Here, throw your pack on real quick. So when I climb, I keep my pack on. If for some reason you're packing a ton of stuff and it gets really heavy, you can always use your pull down rope to pull your pack up. I know a lot of guys don't carry their packs up while they're climbing, but I pack pretty light, so it makes it easy to do that. I'm gonna try to step over here. Yeah, mosquitoes are terrible in here, so when you're all itchy later, I apologize. This is like, for me personally, this is like the size tree I'm looking for when I hunt. Like, I love that size because it's big enough to hide my big behind it. I don't like super, I know I've seen guys hunt trees that are like 6 inches in diameter, and I'm like, I feel like that thing's gonna fold over on me. But I like a tree that's about that size, like anywhere from like 14 to 18 inches in diameter is like perfect.
Left, right, or right?
I start with my left personally. That way my first step onto the actual platform is with my, so here's a trick. Grab your knee, pull your knee up like you're doing a stretch. Yeah. Let some more out of your linesman a little bit. Lean back. Use that to your advantage. And then you can kind of lean into the linesman to get your foot up there. Yep, perfect. And then pull your knee up. I do it that way so I get as much height as possible out of it.
I really got to have this whole thing. I can like that.
Oh, you're gonna you can let some slack out too. Or here, just for the sake of now, you can always adjust that later. Just for the sake of now, just lift this up, shimmy this down just a little bit. There you go. That's kind of
stuck on a knot on this side.
Oh, there you go. All right, there you go. Ooh, that's. I know that's made to shimmy a little bit, but there you go. Yeah, perfect hit. Yep. Keep that toe dug in. So now, yep, there you go. Shimmy that up and then use your right hand to tighten it up a little bit. The aiders are the weirdest thing to get used to because they're so like kind of floppy.
Yeah, it's like a rope ladder.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. I will admit the first time I tried to use them, I fell.
I can see why you would.
Yeah.
They're awkward.
Yeah, once you get used to it though and kind of figure out how to dig your toe in it, it makes it a lot more solid. Perfect. Yeah, you might have to let your figure 8 down a little bit now that we're on a full-size tree. Sorry. When you position that oval link, by the way, make sure that the part that threads on and off is not into the tree. Because sometimes when it rubs against the tree, it can actually open that up, which can make you have a really bad day really quick. Perfect.
Now since I'm moving, I want to push this over to the right, correct?
Yeah, but get your tether locker on there first, and then shimmy it to the right.
That far?
Yep, yeah, just about like 90 degrees. Yep, and then get that clipped on your bridge. Perfect. Yep. And then just make sure that opening on the carabiner is towards you. Yeah, perfect. And then, yep, snug that up. Lock it off. Perfect, double wrap, yep. Awesome. And then, so what I do now is I let most of my slack out on my linesman just so it's not in the way. Sit down into your saddle, make sure everything holds. Yep, perfect. And you could play around with that saddle. What I like to do is put that lower panel, not that it matters right this second, but the nice part about the Buzzard Roost is you put that lower panel kind of under your butt, and then when you're hunting, you can take that lower or that upper one and get it up into your lower back as like a back band type of thing. All right, so yep, now swing out to your right, wrap your legs around the tree. I'm gonna stand this up for you. Forgot to have you do that. Yep, and then just like on the telephone pole, except now you're gonna raise it up. Pull that up, yep. Switch hands, perfect. Yep, so now, yep, I keep my legs wrapped, or you, actually, I guess, yeah, you can do it that way if it works for you.
I go right up as high as I can get again?
Yeah, yep, and then take your am steel rope, yep, wrap that around, get that up close to there, perfect, and then make sure that goes under, yep, awesome. Somebody paid attention to my other video. And then if you can, I can't tell from here if your arms will be long enough, but if you can, throw that rope back up through your platform. Yeah. It's just nice to get it out of the way. That way when you're stepping through your aiders, it's not in the way. So now take your aider, throw it on the inside of your linesman. Perfect. And then get your left foot in there. You might have to let more slack out, yeah, on your linesman, but.
Twisting me.
Yep, perfect. And then toe in, tighten up your linesman if you need to, and then repeat that process. So I would tighten your linesman up a little bit. Pull yourself into the tree. Tighten that linesman up so you're not leaning back so far. There you go. There you go. Perfect. Yep. And then, yep, perfect. Awesome, man. Now get that linesman comfortable and then reach down, get that tether, put some slack on it, get it back up and kind of weave it through your, or lift it through your linesman. You'll have to let a little bit of slack on your linesman for a second to pull it through, and then get it reset up above. Yep, perfect, man. Perfect. God, I wish I was this good on my first freaking run. You're making me look bad. Yep. So now set that up like you're gonna hunt. So set that up at like chest height. I would do it, yeah, like from here it looks like probably, yeah, right around where that knot is. The nice part about having a knot like that is it holds your tether in place too. So perfect. Yep, tighten that up and then sit down into your saddle and get comfortable.
At this point I can start loosening up my...
Yeah, you lock that off, right?
Yep, that's locked, so now I can loosen up my linesman.
Yep, so sit down into your saddle. Like what I'll do is I'll put my knees into the tree, yep, and then just kind of slowly let a little bit out of my linesman just to make sure everything holds. I always do it that way just to make sure nothing's gonna slip, everything's under tension, that kind of stuff. Yep, so now a good practice thing to do now would be to get that linesman off and then just kind of practice moving around on your platform. You made that look easy, man.
Good. Went better than I thought it was going.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty comfortable.
Awesome. So practice just kind of, yeah, like swinging around, moving your feet around a little bit. I like to always do that when I first get set to make sure my platform is like rock solid no matter what position I'm in. The wingman platform is really nice though. I never had an issue with it biting. Yeah.
That's really cool. So much ability.
Awesome. How's it feel?
Great.
So now like try like messing with your saddle a little bit. Like get that lower panel up under your butt. You can loosen up those straps on the back too. There's two little buckles back there. If you loosen those up, you could separate those panels a lot more. That's the best thing about that saddle. And then when you're hunting, having that thing on your lower back, I mean, I'm a lot older than you, but having that thing on your lower back helps a lot.
I don't know, I just found out yesterday I got a herniated disc in my lower back, so...
Oh, really? Jeez.
That'll do me some good.
Yeah, perfect. There you go.
There we go. Yeah, that's super nice.
Yeah. Gonna charge the guys at Buzzard Roost for an ad for them.
Yes, especially for a bow. This is so nice.
Oh yeah.
The mobility is amazing.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Anywhere.
Yeah. And then, you know, if they're coming in from in front of you, you still have the tree between you and them, and you just kind of play peekaboo around the tree.
Yeah, you kind of get cover, and then, I mean, really, you can shoot from either way. Because even this would be a nice, easy shot.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just...
Man, these mosquitoes are brutal in here.
Not too bad here, actually.
Awesome.
That's solid.
Awesome. All right, when you're ready to come down, just pull that Dynaglide back out, do your drop down or your pull down rope. For the record, that only took you like 10 minutes to get up there, which is really good for your first run through.
How long does it take you now? Now you've done it by then.
If I'm doing just one move, I don't know, 3 minutes, 4 minutes maybe.
Okay.
If I'm doing two moves, 7, 8 minutes.
All right, so room for improvement.
And that's if, like, when I'm hunting, like when I'm taking my time. I'm sure I could go faster than that, but no real need to.
So now I'm just gonna kick in, lock around the tree.
So, yep.
And then I'll pull this up.
What you might want to do, so now that your tether is a little bit lower, oh, it's killing my neck. With your tether a little bit lower, you might want to lower yourself down a little bit, re-lock. Okay. It gives you just give yourself like, how much room do you have between your figure eight and the oval right now?
4 inches.
Okay, well, actually that should be fine then. With the gree-gree, it's a little bit different because you have a handle you have to pull up. Okay, yeah, so you got to give yourself room. So with that, you're fine. So, yep, I would wrap your legs around, pull that platform off, hook it on your carabiner. Perfect. Awesome. You don't have to tighten that carabiner down. That's not going anywhere. That's not one that matters. If your platform falls, it's gonna be all right.
All right, so now.
Yep, knees in.
Knees and toes.
Yep, pop that loose. Keep a firm grip on it. Yep, and then start to lower yourself down. Keep that right hand kind of by your hip if you can. Just gives you a little more control. Lower yourself down nice and slow. Keep your fingers away from that figure 8 though. If you ever slip and get a finger in there, you're gonna have a bad day. Oh man, freaking mosquitoes. Awesome. Man, I should have brought my thermosol over here. Yep, pop that off. And then now that it's up at a higher height, what I like to do is grab that pull down rope, but then step back here a little bit. And it just gives you a better angle. No, that's all right. Leave that there, because that's going to go up the tree anyways. So pull that off. Yep. Pop that around. Just give it a tug. Yep. Yep. Perfect. And then just pull it down. It'll feed over that little nub right there. Perfect. Man. I think I've killed like 50 mosquitoes already. Yeah. Awesome. All right. And then, yep. And then now the fun part is just packing everything up. But yeah, we've been recording for 18 minutes. So you were up, like unpacked, up, back down, and packing up in 18 minutes. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Yeah. And like even me, like hunting on private ground a lot, which you do as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So the nice part is you can hunt any tree, whereas everybody else is in a ladder stand. And that's the advantage I have on our property is there's, 6, maybe 7 ladder stands on the property, but they get burnt out, a month into the season, if not sooner. So then I start hunting all these other spots and you can see way more deer that way. You get into spots you could never get a ladder stand into.
Because you don't have to go in and set up a stand and just wait on it forever.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of those ladder stands are sitting in the woods all year round, and Lord knows the last time anybody changed the freaking straps on them. Yeah, I've gotten in some that you step on the first step and the whole stand shifts 6 inches, and it's like, eh.
Yeah, that's the nice part about this is you're safe and stable every time.
Yeah. Here, I'll wrap that one up for you if you want to do your, what's the other end of this thing?
Oh, it's tangled.
Got freaking mosquitoes like dinosaurs in here.
Yeah, they're fake.
Yeah. Gonna be regretting not having bug spray or a thermosol later. Yeah, the nice thing about the Dynaglide, like I've seen some guys do pull down ropes with paracord too, but it's just so small, it's easy to pack up. Doesn't take up a lot of space.
No, hardly takes up any space.
The magnet takes up more space than the rope does. But
yeah, that was why I asked you, because I got old giant magnets out of the bottom of a subwoofer.
Yeah.
I got a couple of the big ones. I was just gonna use I had a couple of them sitting around.
Nice. Yeah, I can't remember what the hell I ordered these. Oh, I was making a gun cabinet. I was gonna use them for the door closure, but the magnets were actually too strong. You couldn't get the freaking door open. Yeah. Well, like slammed shut, but then you couldn't get it back open because it was so strong. They're like industrial magnets. But the nice part is they're rubber coated, so they're not loud when you're using them for this. But I'm gonna throw this in polish real quick. Yeah, awesome, man. Dude, that was a fantastic first run.
Yeah, that was fun.
Awesome.
I like it.